Your pipeline spits out a mess of error messages, and you can't tell what broke. The culprit: a failed parallel branch that cancels others but leaves you with incomplete, confusing logs. Let's break down Jenkins pipeline stages and parallel execution, how it works, and the exact mistake behind that failure. Jenkins pipeline stages are the building blocks of a declarative pipeline. Each stage represents a distinct phase like checkout, build, test, or deploy. By default, stages run sequentially, but you can nest a parallel block inside a stage to run multiple substages concurrently, cutting total build time. In declarative pipeline, a stage is a logical grouping of steps. Each stage can have its own agent, tools, environment, and when conditions. Always keep stages focused on one responsibility to make debugging trivial. Parallel execution is where you run multiple stages at the same time. In declarative pipeline, you use the parallel block inside a stage. Always set failFast true to abort all branches on first failure, and ensure you have enough executors to avoid queue congestion. The real power comes from combining sequential stages with parallel blocks. For example, checkout right arrow build right arrow test, parallel, right arrow gate right arrow package right arrow deploy. Use agent none at pipeline level so each parallel branch gets its own agent. The article mentions failFast and catcherror separately, but doesn't show how to combine them. Use catcherror inside each parallel branch to mark a stage as failed without aborting others, while keeping failFast true at the parallel block to stop all branches on the first failure. This gives you granular control. One branch can fail gracefully while others continue, but if a critical branch fails, the whole parallel block stops immediately. The failFast directive at the parallel block level, as shown in the article, is supported in Declarative Pipeline 1.2+ and Jenkins 2.66+. In older versions, you must set failFast inside the parallel step using failFast true in a script block. Always verify your Jenkins version to avoid syntax errors. The article warns about over-parallelizing, but doesn't show how to limit concurrency. Use the lock step with a shared resource to restrict the number of parallel branches that run simultaneously. This prevents queue congestion and resource starvation without reducing the number of defined parallel stages. Debugging parallel stages can be tricky. Use failFast true to stop all on first failure, catcherror to handle failures per branch without aborting others, and lock shared resources to prevent collisions. The when directive allows you to skip stages based on conditions like branch or change set. Use beforeAgent true to evaluate the condition before allocating an agent, saving executor slots. The post section defines actions to run after a stage completes. You can have always, success, failure conditions. This is useful for per-stage notifications, artifact archiving, and cleanup. Environment variables can be set at pipeline or stage level. In parallel branches, each branch has its own environment. Use stash and unstash to pass data between stages, and env, stage name for unique workspace paths. For complex build matrices, use the matrix directive, which generates parallel stages automatically. Use lock for serializing access to shared resources, throttle to limit concurrency, and milestone to enforce ordering. To optimize pipeline performance, monitor stage durations, queue times, and resource usage. Use the Jenkins REST API to fetch stage timings and set up alerts for slow or failing stages. When using parallel stages, be aware of security implications. Use with credentials to limit credential exposure, pre-approve scripts, and restrict sensitive stages to trusted branches. Here's a simplified production pipeline. Checkout, build, then parallel unit, integration, and static analysis tests, followed by a gate, package, and deploy stages. It uses agent none, post actions, and when conditions. This is the same issue we highlighted at the start. Here's exactly why that happened. The parallel block launched 8 branches simultaneously on a Jenkins controller with only 4 executors. The stages were queued, waiting for executors, and the waiting time counted against the timeout. The actual execution was fine, but queue time pushed total time over the limit. The root cause was that the parallel block lacked failFast true, so when one branch failed, The others continued running and produced incomplete output, obscuring the failure. Adding failFast true stops all branches on the first failure, making the root cause immediately visible. The fix was to add a lock resource to limit parallelism to 4, matching available executors. We also increased the timeout to 20 minutes to account for queue time. Now, only 4 branches run concurrently, and queue time is minimal. Launching more parallel branches than available executors causes queue timeouts. Match parallelism to your executor count to avoid this. Without failFast true, if one parallel branch fails, the others continue, leading to multiple failure messages and confusing logs. Always set failFast true to abort all branches on first failure. If you put parallel inside a node block, all branches run on the same agent, negating parallelism. Use agent none at pipeline level so each branch gets its own agent. To diagnose parallel stage issues, monitor executor utilization and queue times. Use the Jenkins REST API to fetch stage durations. Add echo statements with unique identifiers to track execution order, and use Blue Ocean UI for log isolation. Let's run through some common interview questions. How do you ensure if one parallel branch fails, the entire block stops? Use failFast true in the parallel block. What is the difference between failFast and catcherror? failFast aborts all branches on failure. Catcherror handles failure per branch without aborting others. How do you pass a variable between stages? Use stash/unstash or write to a file and read it in the next stage. And a few frequently asked questions. Can I use a stage-level agent with parallel? Yes, but it forces all branches on that agent. Use agent none at pipeline level instead. How do I add a timeout to a parallel block? Wrap the parallel block in a timeout step or set timeouts inside each branch. Is failFast true by default? No, it's false. Always set it to true to stop on first failure. To recap, stages isolate concerns, parallel execution speeds up builds, always set failFast true, match parallelism to executors, use when to skip stages, use post for cleanup, use agent none, and monitor performance. Ready to go deeper? Up next, Jenkins shared libraries, then Jenkins multi-branch pipeline, then Jenkins GitHub integration and webhooks. Find them all at TheCodeForge.io. Thanks for watching. The full article and code examples are covered in detail at TheCodeForge.io.